I feel like I can't retire without fighting Inoue, so I need to get that fight before I do retire, and of course beat him.
Gotta keep doing my work, keep getting wins, and that fight.
For him to challenge.
Bam Rodriguez has already established himself as one of boxing's brightest young stars, but a fight with Naoya Inoue remains one of his biggest career goals. After beating Antonio Vargas, Bam is moving to bantamweight and positioning himself for bigger challenges.
I mean, I feel like I'm capable of beating anybody that the team puts in front of me. You know, money's very important, but legacy is also important as well. I feel like I can't retire without fighting Inoue, so I need to get that fight before I do retire, and of course beat him and make the money and enjoy it with my family.
Robert Garcia has pushed back on reports that the Inoue fight could happen immediately. He believes Bam should have at least one more bantamweight fight before serious negotiations begin.
Everything I was hearing about Eddie saying Bam's gonna, challenge me next. I'm already negotiating that. That's all bullshit. He was not negotiating nothing because I'm also getting calls from people in Japan, and that's not true. He was not negotiating anything. I'm just gonna say it straight out. He wants it. He wants it, but we need one more.
Garcia says the idea is not to delay the Inoue matchup, but to give Bam one more quality test first. He believes that extra fight could prepare Rodriguez properly without taking the super fight off the table.
I don't know why is there so much back and forth, If I'm not mistaken, from what Eddie has mentioned, that sometime in late January or February that fight could happen. Well, then yes, that fight could happen that day. But why can't we get one before that? That's as simple as that. We it's not like we don't want to fight Inoue. I think Bam is good enough to go out there and possibly beat Inoue, but one more fight would be the ideal thing for me to.
Eddie Hearn believes timing is the biggest issue surrounding the potential matchup. The question is not simply whether Bam and Inoue will fight, but whether the opportunity will arrive at the right moment for both fighters.
If we don't do it soon, we're probably going to miss the boat. I mean, when we talked about the Inoue fight a year ago, Bam was at 115 pounds. He'd just come up from 112. It looked like a bridge too far, a step too far. Being at 118 and being one division away makes it much more realistic, but that was his first fight there tonight. And I think, I'm a little bit of a...
Hearn also recognizes the physical challenge Inoue would present because of his greater size and strength. That difference could become an important factor when evaluating how Bam would handle one of boxing's most dangerous champions.
I'm a little bit of a fantasist when it comes to match fight. For me, I know there's weight classes for a reason, but I don't think the step is too far from him at 122. But I do think it's a disadvantage for him against Naoya Inoue. I mean, it can only be when you're fighting a much bigger guy, and that's what he is. But Robert and Bam are going to have to weigh up a decision. Do you do it now, or do you run the risk of letting it go?
Hearn sees the situation as a balance between waiting for the right preparation and risking the opportunity disappearing. A fight of this magnitude may not remain available forever, making timing one of the most important decisions.
To be honest, I think it's going to have to be, and it will be, an attractive offer in the respect of it's really, I don't want to be disrespectful to Usyk because, but he is coming to the back end. You're really looking at pound for pound number one v pound for pound number two, whichever way you want to call it. And that's very rare in the sport. It's a mega fight in Japan, mega fight worldwide. I think if the offer is right, I think Bam and Robert will do it. I don't think they have any fear of doing it. And Bam's the kind of guy that he really wants to get stuck in to those kind of fights now, rather than when he's 29 or 30. I'll just get the flavour.
Bruce Carrington believes Bam has the skills needed to compete with Inoue, but he also points to Rodriguez's occasional mistakes. Against a precise finisher like Inoue, even small lapses in concentration could become extremely costly.
That, weight classes matter, but when it comes to skills, skills can pay the bills, man. Even me, when I spar guys that's like up to 154 if I really wanted to, and I fight 126. But that's because, I can hang with them because of my skills. And I think that Bam has the skills to be able to hang with a guy like Inoue. Like, Bam is just, he's so swift and so smooth. He might have little...
Carrington sees the potential fight as an exciting clash between different styles and strengths. More than anything, he wants the matchup to happen so fans can finally see whether Bam's technique and timing can overcome Inoue's power.
Gets into such a rhythm that is like poetry in motion. You know? Like,
Yeah.
it's like, man, like, what the heck? So, yeah, I think that, I wonder if he has enough power to keep Inoue off of him. But the style matchup is great. I think that both of them fighting each other is going to be very interesting, and I'm just going to see if it...
Sean Zittel has made the bold prediction that Bam could actually defeat Inoue if both fighters were competing at the same size. His opinion has already created plenty of debate among Inoue supporters who consider the Japanese champion one of boxing's best.
I think Bam Rodriguez beats Naoya Inoue. I got a lot of heat for that a week or two ago when I said, if they were the same size, Bam Rodriguez beats Naoya Inoue right now. And let me start by saying it's because you got two great, all-time great, special fighters in Bam Rodriguez and in Naoya Inoue. And you got two fighters that I've said many times in the last 6 to 12 months aren't just great fighters, but are artists.
Zittel remains extremely confident in Bam's development under Robert Garcia. He believes Rodriguez has the technical ability, momentum, and coaching necessary to create serious problems for a fighter as dominant as Inoue.
Will pull off the upset and he will beat Naoya Inoue. He has the best trainer in the world in Robert Garcia, and he is the best trainer in the world's prized pupil. I don't think there's any other fighter right now that has the apple of Robert Garcia's eye like Bam Rodriguez. So, to lay it out, fight Takama Inoue, unify at 118, beat Inoue's brother, move up in your first or second fight in the next 12 months or so, and fight Inoue. And
Paulie Malignaggi believes timing could eventually work in Bam's favor. If Rodriguez faces Inoue later in the champion's career, experience, age, and accumulated rounds could potentially create opportunities that would not exist today.
A little bit last couple fights without having gotten the knockouts. There is a possibility that maybe age catches up to him a little bit. At these lower weight classes, 33 can be a little bit older, and Inoue is 33 years old. So, it's possible that the time and the moment to discuss the Inoue fight for Bam and move up to fight him, you got to catch somebody at the right time. And maybe Bam's team had been noticing that Inoue might be there for the taking, just maybe.
Malignaggi still advises Bam not to rush directly into the biggest fight. He believes taking one more bout first would give Rodriguez additional preparation and make him better equipped for the demands of facing Inoue.
And, obviously, Bam is a smaller guy as well. It's shown to be pretty devastating. Now, again, I love this fight. I love the Inoue fight. But I think that Bam probably should take one fight at 122, maybe around October. If I'm Bam's team, that's what I would look into. I would love to know what you guys think about that. I don't think he should just jump right into the Inoue fight from this fight. I thought he looked good. Listen, at the end of the day, there's always things to work on, things to criticize. But, Bam had a spectacular knockout that really... ultimately puts him in a great position to create momentum off this.
Rodriguez remains confident about facing both major challenges if the opportunity comes. He has no problem with the order of the fights and sees each matchup as another chance to strengthen his legacy by taking on elite champions.
Staying focused on Antonio Vargas, but I know when that Inoue fight does happen, then the fans are in for a great night of boxing. People are already talking about that fight so much that it's inevitable at this point, and I feel like when the time comes, then it's going to be a great fight, probably one of the best fights in all of boxing.
Max Kellerman highlights Inoue's growing place in boxing history, especially because of his success across multiple weight classes. He believes Inoue has combined championship dominance with movement between divisions, strengthening his case as an all-time great.
Inoue is an all-time great, as I mentioned already. When you talk about the lighter weight classes, first of all, when people talk about any all-time great fighter, a lot of times what can hold a guy back from recognition is if he never thoroughly cleaned out a single division, right? He weight hopped. On the other hand, if a guy cleans out a single division and doesn't hop in weight, doesn't go to multiple weight classes, that can also hold him back in terms of the way we place him historically in our mind, right? Inoue has cleaned out multiple.
Malik believes a Bam Rodriguez fight would be one of the toughest challenges of Inoue's career. He describes Bam as an efficient and intelligent fighter who rarely wastes movement, making him a difficult opponent to break down.
Be the likes of someone like the Monster just doing to him what he's done to all his other opponents. I will go on record and say when Bam fight Inoue, I would consider this Inoue's best opponent, especially far as quality. Bam doesn't really waste energy. Bam doesn't really overreach. And I also believe that he has an incredible chin. I've seen Bam get cracked, but I've never seen him rattled. Like, you know what I mean? I've seen Bam, get cracked and come right back with shots. He just checks the box off of anything that has to do with a fighter being.
Favors because the age gap, the size gap. That's big for the little guys. And Inoue is a monster. He's a monster. So I think that Inoue would be the favorite in the betting odds and the blah 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 blah. And it's a hell of a fight. But I just feel like
Sean Porter ultimately gives Inoue the advantage because of his experience, maturity, consistency, and proven dominance. He still expects a competitive fight, but believes Inoue's championship experience